Then do you really think that we are in control of our lives every day?
We think that we are in control of our lives every day. But are we really? This is what we're going to explore today in terms of understanding how we live our lives through our subconscious mind.
Well, how I see it is we are almost very similar to how the computers are, right? Wherein I think we were in where the CPU is our brain and the RAM, is where all our nervous systems, good, bad, other things, everything is just sitting there. And eventually it comes up in very soon, right? Whether we want it or not. So it's quite a bit, isn't it?
Yes, like you very rightly said, Abby, it's like a computer, right? So whatever programs you put into a computer, that's what will show up on your screen, right? So this is the same thing with subconscious mind. Whatever is stored as programs, as belief systems, as emotions, as traumas, as fears, or even as opposed to beliefs, right? So in terms of trauma, whatever that is stored in your subconscious mind, that's how your life will show up on your screen.
And it's not only generation, right? It's probably what is being succeeded to probably the world around us, that's the generation trauma. And I think a lot of belief systems that comes across whether we want it or not, right?
Yes, there are ways in which how this program DNA through our subconscious mind. The second way is, if you have to see, is it's the collective programming. Like, when everybody's saying something, you tend to believe and take it in your subconscious mind. And then, of course, that plays out to you also. Like, there could be, say, a belief, whether it's religious, sometimes it's a religious belief, or it could be, beliefs in terms of, okay, say for diabetes is not curable, and people tend to believe that, right?
Yeah.
These kind of stuff. And the third way, if you have to say, where the programming happens is through, from the 0 to 7 years of age, the child's mind is like a sponge. It's new in this world. It's trying to learn. It's trying to survive. It's trying to see how to live in this world, right? So it just takes in everything, whatever it experiences, sees from all the senses, and all that becomes a program and a belief system in the child. And whatever the child has gone through between 0 to 7 years of age, that's what will show up, and that's how their life will show up as they grow up into the adult age.
That's very true, Tanveer, because most of the times I've seen, often as parents, we keep complaining, right, that our child just doesn't listen to us. But I've seen it is so easy for them to copy what we do in various ways, right? So they are living by example. They're seeing everything around, right? They literally copy paste whatever they see around themselves, and so do we, right?
Yeah.
So the definition of success, for example, right? So our predecessors have defined success for us, whereas what success means to you and what success means to me is entirely different, right? And how we navigate to get there is entirely different. So another very important point of view I see is that when we elaborated about the computers, right? So that means when we are uploading files, at sometimes we have to offload a lot of files to make space, right?
Yeah. And that's what we talk about subconscious reprogramming, right? And which we will definitely talk later
Yes.
But if you have to explain in terms of how does this subconscious programming affect our life, all right, I'll give you a very small example in terms of, say, it could be a genetic belief. Your fathers have always said it, or your grandfathers have always said it, is that the money is the root cause of all evil. All right, and that became your belief system. So
Yeah.
what would happen is that you'd probably struggle making money, or even if you made money, you would lose it. That kind of a thing, because your subconscious mind, at the end of the day, remember, is not against you. It's always working for you. It's always looking out for you. It is very purposeful. It is not logical. Your logical mind is that 5%, which is your conscious mind, right? So it doesn't know the right way or the wrong way, or to do all this. It knows it has to protect you. It will just protect you. So if money is the root cause of all evil, money goes away, kind of stuff, right? So this is how we live our lives through our subconscious programming. This is just one example of it. Or even a very small example, if I have to give, as a child, like, say the mother child is being a little, fussy or whatever, and the mother slaps the child, all right? And the child starts crying, and then the mother feels sad, of course, right? And then
Yeah.
hugs the child, like, if at that point of time, child believes that, oh, love hurts because mother is loving also and is hurting also, right?
Right.
So if that program sets in at that point of time, so what will happen in your life in future is either love will keep hurting you, and your subconscious mind is trying to protect you, so we'll just push away love, right? So you may have struggles in relationships and finding love or even feeling love and all of that, right?
I
But the
think
good news is,
also,
like you said,
the
mm,
whole thing about, what we've seen now, what comes up so often is
mm,
how people take relationships, right? So the
yeah,
generations have gone past where we've seen that a woman is supposed to be in one particular box and the man is supposed to be in one particular box. And suddenly that belief system is kind of just breaking away and putting people in utter confusion, right? They're not at
yeah,
peace with what they're doing.
yeah,
Either people say that, oh my God, she's financially independent, that's why she looks at it differently. That's not the case, because probably the belief system that has been put across is that, you're a woman, you're a
mm,
homemaker, right?
mm,
You have
mm,
to balance everything.
mm.
And
Yeah, and what you rightly said here is, like, very clearly, we are seeing a shift in the whole, the dynamics of a woman and a female, and that's what points out that, like, you can reprogram and you can change these belief systems where people have been doing it over a period of time, knowingly, unknowingly, doesn't matter, all right, and where probably this program was there, or this belief system was there, that this is what a woman is supposed to do, and that's shifting. And yes, there is a lot of ways in which you can change or reprogram your mind. And right, like you said, also offload a lot of things, because sometimes you just need to clear that space to have the new programs coming. Because if you have two programs running together, all right, there could be conflicts again. So it's important that we offload something which is not working for you and upload something which is working for you. And yes,
there's a
there are
beautiful
multiple
way to
techniques.
put this across what I've read long time back. There's a book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And one example given there is that, a farmer doesn't choose whether he sows the seed or the weed, right? So both grow in parallel. So, for example, the farmer puts in a particular crop. He doesn't have a control that the weed is not going to grow, only that seed is going to grow into the crop that he wants. All that he can do is that remove the weed when it crops up, right? And water the plant, which I think figuratively is positive thoughts, and the weed is the negative thoughts. So when you
Yeah.
water the positive thoughts, obviously you're giving yourself the leeway to live life in a more fulfilling way.
True. So it's a choice that you're making in terms of course, it's important to remove the weeds, all right, so that, and the focus remains on the positive. At the same time, if subconsciously you're focusing and your point of view is very positive, so positives only will come out of it. But if unconsciously and subconsciously, if you're focusing on the weeds, like you said, watering weeds instead of the plants, or plants instead of weeds, all right, because the more you're thinking about negative, the more negative will show up into your life, because that's where you're focusing on, and your subconscious mind gets programmed on only seeing the negative. So, yes, it's important to shift that and change that. And the good news is that you can.
Absolutely. And in the coming episodes, then I'm sure we're going to discuss about the various ways that we can reprogram these negative emotions, thoughts that come up, which actually go on to form patterns in our life. And we tend to become the hamster in the wheel, right? Where we go on doing those same things, expecting a different outcome.
True. And that's what we call an autopilot, right? Because through our subconscious mind, because it's programmed in a certain way, we are constantly doing that and expecting that we have a different result. And sometimes how many times where we have done consciously all the calculations and, thought through things, and you're so sure about that this is going to work out, right? And then things don't work out. And that happens mainly because subconsciously, maybe there is this program which believes that if this works out, you will lose people, you lose yourself, you hurt yourself. There's so many stuff, right? Each person would be different. So, and that will not work out. So again, when we come back, do we really are in control of our lives? Yes, we can control what shows up in our lives through controlling what we put into our subconscious mind or what we keep in our subconscious mind. So through that, yes, we can control how life shows up for us.
Absolutely. So the key takeaway here is that, like economics, we can take care of ourselves. That's the micro. But what the macro does is not in our control. So the inner work is what works best in taking our life forward in a positive, fruitful, and purposeful way. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Tanveer, thanks for the amazing insights.
Thanks a lot, Abby. This was really amazing. And next time, we will share about different techniques and different ways in which you can shift and change your subconscious mind programming to change your life and to change the world around you.
Absolutely. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to all our social handles given in the link below. And join us again next Sunday with a new interesting topic that we all will learn from. Bye for now.
Goodbye.